What's up, everybody? This is going to be my first impression of BMX Streets. So let's get into it. So I do know right now there's actually like a lot of controversy around this game. Like a lot of people aren't really too satisfied with it. But then again, there's a lot of people that actually really enjoy it. Now, I'm not really sure what the main problem a lot of people are having with this game is, but some are saying it's poorly made, and some people are kind of comparing it to like Pipe, but I don't really think you should compare it because they've kind of like evolved the game in a way, you know. Now I do know the devs have a lot of big plans for this game, so I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of improvements on a lot of things that do need to be fixed. I mean, there is bugs and everything like that, but that pretty much comes with any new game, you know. Now, just for the sake of this video not being super long, I did already go around and check out a few locations that are on the map because the map is huge. Like, it's actually a pretty crazy size for a map, but that's not really anything to complain about. Now, I've personally waited for this game to come out for a long time, you know, and honestly, the game is not that bad. Like I said before, obviously, you do have bugs within the game. That's just gonna happen. But for such a, I guess, not corporate development team, this game is actually pretty gnarly. Now, as far as the trick list that there is, so there's tons of air tricks, as you can see, and it actually allows you to have pretty much unlimited, trick combinations. And then there's also plenty of grind tricks, which I'm super hyped about because I like to do a lot of like ledge and rail tricks. Now, as far as customization goes, you can have up to 3 different builds for a bike, which I think is really cool actually. So basically, the amount of customization you can do to your bike is absolutely endless. There is countless options for frames. Honestly, like, this is insane. You can even customize your bars, your grips, your bar ends, which is also really cool. Your forks, stem, even the stem bolts. That's insane. Even your headset can be customized. You also have a ton of different seats that you can choose from, which I think is really awesome. I don't know about you guys, but on my BMX bike, I really enjoy having like cool graphics on my seats. You can even customize your seat post, which I think is also really cool because I feel like they paid a lot of attention to the details on the customizations for the bikes. You can even customize things like your seat post clamp, which is also really gnarly. You can customize every single part of your wheels as well. Like, honestly, I think they did a really good job on this. You can customize each hub separately. So you can have your rear hub, be a different color or have a different graphic on it, and your front hub the same way. Now for your pegs, you can actually customize them to where you have different pegs on all 4. So you could have, with these different options here, you could have literally each peg a random color. You can have custom hub guards. Then even for the nipples of your spokes, you can have both wheels be separate colors. That is actually insane. You can even have a custom valve cap, which a lot of my friends that ride, they're very fond of having crazy and cool looking valve caps. So I'm sure a lot of BMX riders are going to appreciate this one. Now this option I think is really, really cool. The amount of sprockets that you can choose from. And then you can also choose to have a guard sprocket or a regular one. That is so sick. And then there's your cranks, which you also can choose to have 2 different cranks. Ah, that is so cool. Pedals as well. You can have one pedal on one side that's a different color from the other. Then obviously you have your chains. I don't have any unlocked, so I can't change it yet. Even your bottom bracket can be customized. Now you also have the option here to randomize your bike, which I'm sure is going to go off based of what you have unlocked and give you random bike parts, which I think is super, super cool. Another small detail I like, but some people might not really care, but I really like the ability to have regular bars or 4-piece bars. It's a really cool option to have. You also have different characters you can play as. So we got the homie Sean Rakani. And then obviously there's some secret ones that you have to unlock with stars. And then the contest winner, which I believe is the YouTuber, The Old Potato. If you guys don't know who he is, you should check him out. Now, I haven't explored the entire map, but if you guys would like to see a video of that, you guys can let me know in the comments down below, and I'll have no problem doing that. I personally think they did a really good job with the map. I mean, it's a huge map, but I mean, kind of just gives you options, I guess. You know, that way you're not bored. Now, as far as movement and mechanics go, I think the game is actually super smooth. I mean, some things take a little bit of time to get adjusted to. I'm sure, you know, as I get better at the game, it'll start to feel more of like a flow, you know? Now, one thing I do have an issue with is with manuals. When you're going to like turn to make like micro adjustments, for some reason it wants to like turn really hard, but not in fakie, which is really weird. But for regular manuals, you can do the micro adjustments. But as soon as you try to do it in nose manual, it wants to whip you around to fakie. Now, this could just be a skill issue, but I'm not sure, because even when I just barely move it, it wants to whip me around. So as far as like the grinding mechanic, it actually feels like super, super chill. Now, I'm not the best at riding the ramps, but it does feel really nice. So like I'm sure once it's no longer like a skill issue, possibilities of flowing on ramps and bowls are probably crazy. Now you also have the ability to do a slow-mo, which I think is really cool. And you have the option to set it as toggle, or it can be on the timer. I personally like to have it on toggle because I feel like sometimes for certain tricks or like certain lines, the timer is a little short. So I'd say from like a first impressions standpoint, I'm pretty impressed with the game itself. Now I know some people were saying that the price point was a little steep and they didn't feel the game was finished, so they didn't really feel $40 was like a fair price. As of right now, I feel $40 isn't too bad considering the amount of updates and future plans that they have going for the game. Also considering the amount of custom maps that are going to be available, at least for PC anyways, $40 isn't too bad. I'm personally really enjoying this game, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing it more and posting future content, maybe doing some streams and some challenges, and checking out the entire map. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. It was just a first impression / first gameplay type of video. I'm definitely looking forward to making more content on this game and, playing it as it grows. I'd love to know your guys' opinions, so go ahead and drop a comment down below and go ahead and subscribe to see future content.